Let's get into it, guys. Round results for round 5. Here we are, People's Squad. There's plenty to talk about in this one. We're ranked 322. We're absolutely killing it. Plenty of good things happening. Would have been a lot better if Cleary absolutely smashed it this week, but that's okay. The 58 will cop, obviously, a couple of price drops. Well, one price drop for us since bringing him in, but that's okay. We have him in now. We don't have to worry about that. We've only used 4 trades so far, so plenty of good things happening. Obviously, you guys get to follow how this is going along. If you aren't sure on how you can be a part of this, the People Squad is the guys in a Discord group. So we pop in the potential trades for the week. We vote for it. Everyone feels a part of it. And when we win the comp, we're going to split the prize. And I'm going to take everyone out for a holiday. How's that sound? Because we're definitely winning. It's not even a question. We're only 140 points behind, and we're going to do it. So just behind my head-to-head squad, actually. 310 for the head-to-head, 322 for the People. So go on the People. All right, so we got our hooking position sorted. We got Grant, we got Starling, we got Randall, 68, 54, and 46 there. Nothing to touch there. They are going awesome, making plenty of cash, all of them now. So Grant's going to start bumping up his price as well. But Starling and Randall, our mid-price guys. So Randall overtakes Starling, which is pretty cool. If Starling can continue getting those 50s in the big minutes, I think he'll be sweet also. Payne Haas this week, we didn't captain for once. Looks like he's going to be out. Still don't know if it's 1, 2 weeks, whatever it is. So our biggest thing here is we don't have any mid cover. So we're going to have to bring in someone in that position, whether we try and bring in a gun, whether we downgrade up, whatever we're going to do. We'll wait till team lists on that one, but very interesting what we're going to have to do in our mids because we don't have anyone to cover. Thankfully, Maxi King is doing a great job in scoring off the bench and getting decent minutes there, which is really, really cool. Well, his PPM's been incredible. Cody Mann with 37, so hopefully if he can get some more time, actually at 13 this coming week, that would be a lot better, but he's fine. Jeremiah Nanai is probably the only one that I think in our team that we could potentially upgrade or downgrade. We have 8k remaining, which is the issue. So 500k we could go up to, or we could downgrade potentially for a mid. That's probably my suggestion at this point, because we're not going to play for 16. We're going for overall glory. We have plenty of trades. There's no point stressing about that. Not trading him out just because, he might have a little bit of cash to make, but, even if he gets a 50, we can get someone, close to that. On a week-to-week basis, he's going to probably average out 40 and, potentially. So I don't think we need him at this point, but we'll talk about the rest going through. So Isaac Tungo, he's been fine. We're going to keep holding him, keep playing him. We've got Schneider, he's been great. So to score 44 against the Storm, he's awesome. Keep playing him. Lock him in. Cleary will keep captaining. They come up against Brisbane next week. So, he should be back, hopefully, in the swing of things for him. Aiken was awesome. Taylor May was great. So, we picked him up early. Got plenty of cash rises out of him, which is awesome. So, that's great. Nico Hines, Crichton, and Pappenhausen. So, we just got news that Latrell's out for 8 weeks. So, Blake Taft could be an option for anyone who needs someone at a cheaper price point that covers the wing fullback position. Don't expect a world from him. He's also not an urgent trade-in with him, his break-even not being anywhere near the negatives or, low in a low number. So he'll be fine. You can watch him anyway. They do come up against a few easier teams. So we'll talk about that, obviously, when we get into who to buy, who to hold, who to sell, etc. But, Crichton's fine. He had a low game. Everyone owns him. It's all good. So don't worry about it. Pap as well. Pretty much everyone owns him. And same with Hines. So, still a decent back three, even though they had a tough one. So, we spoke about Dylan Brown. I suppose if he had another one of his great games, then we absolutely dominate this week. If Cleary goes well also, we dominate and we're in the top 100, 150. So, overall, the team didn't have a ridiculously good week. Aiken is pretty highly owned as well. Brown was our big low ownership guy, our pod. So, other than that, not too many pods in this squad, which is fair enough. So, if he goes well, awesome. If Cleary does as well, would have been great. We took Jones's loop option there, so he played the first game. I popped him in number 5. It was kind of a free loop there, the only option we could have had, or any of the Knights guys anyway. So I went for Jones, and he picked up 39. So we took that. So we got Tuolangi making money now. We've got Walters made 1k this week, and then Ilias made a 30k, which was really, really cool. So the only issue here is Vialea, but we can use him as a loop, which is cool. I don't think he's going to get his spot back from Arthur's anyway, because he's been playing really well. But that's the team, guys. As I said, what would you change in this time? I think only Jeremiah Nanai is the guy that you'd potentially move on from. Other than that, everyone's either making money or, too cheap in Vialea to move anyone on. Walters is probably the only other one you could suggest, but he's also has an opportunity to score big as well. But the big issue with him is that he comes up against Penrith. So And like, who do you trade him to anyway? Like, he's got the opportunity to still make some money. He's got the 6 role in his pocket, and that's probably it. So that's the people squad. 8K remaining, 4 trades used, so 28 in total remaining. I think we're in a great position to really dominate going forward. So happy with where that team's at. All right, the head-to-heads. We have 217K remaining. We scored 840. Same as people squad. Very, very similar this week, which was cool. Yeah, so that extra money in the bank. Same trades used, so 4 down. And the only difference here is really Hetherington. So brought him in this. He's been in the team the whole time, and he's been scoring. I've had him playing on my bench or in a starting side for a few weeks now, and unfortunately gets his actual start in the team and scores a low one. So he should be getting some bigger minutes this week, you'd hope. Anyway, please. With Haas being out, so he'll either play, in a middle forward rotation, or he'll play lock again, but you'd expect over 50 minutes surely, and a better PPM than last time anyway, that's for sure. Played Jones straight out. We've got Curdy Mann in the halves there. Burton of 45, so we're continuing to hold him, and he was okay. Luke Thompson's there with 26, so we had Burton 45, Hunt 29, and we're still able to score well. Thank goodness that Damien Cook has been absolutely dominating, so he's helped us out. He's been playing super. And I suppose the question this week is, what do we do with the 217K? Do we try and use it? Who do we trade out? We don't have a Jeremiah Nanai in this team. Do we try and get someone like a Isaiah Papali'i? But how do you bring someone like that in? Is Lukey Thompson getting close to being maxed out? That extra 217K, how do you use that? That's the biggest question here, obviously. And in terms of our guns, I think there's a better opportunity to hold someone like Burton now that we've held so far. He's not losing any money. He's probably going to have a massive game sometime in the near future. So that's the question here. What do we do? Do we downgrade someone and use the 300K to try and get up to a top gun? Not exactly sure. We'll find out obviously after team list when things come out. The guys are still here making money. Thompson another 10K. Who's different to the other guys we've spoken about. But really happy with, again, we're really happy with where this team's out. Can't complain at all with the 310 ranking. We just hope for a bigger Ben Hunt score, very similar to Dylan Brown. He's a low ownership kind of player. And he's done well over across the season without the last 2 weeks being a bit of a downer, unfortunately. So with some bigger scores from him, this team would be killing it as well. But it is what it is. We all have players that can't dominate every week, and Cook's been one that has. So happy with the squad, and we'll move on to my team, which is sitting with a fair bit more salary in the bank at 371K. So my team didn't go as well last week, 794, which made me lose about 100 ranks, or just under 100, 70 or 80 ranks there. And the issue with this team is we had Jeremiah Nanai, we had Hetherington. So this team had both of them, also with Dylan Brown, unfortunately. So that was that. Thankfully, I was able to pick my interchanges correctly, apart from Tuolangi, but 44 for him. You're not going to play him. I wasn't going to play him over Hetherington. Just is what it is. But that would have worked out okay if we did. But there was no chance I was going to do that. And Jeremiah, for a team like mine, sitting at 2,000, with Jeremiah having the opportunity to go big, there was no chance I wasn't going to play him. With Tui, we weren't exactly sure how many minutes he's going to get and how he's going to score. He got a couple of turnover tackles as well. Obviously, kickstarts his price rises, but we weren't sure how he was going to play. So that was my thinking around this squad, but still happy with the majority of it, having played Hetherington and Nanai, getting Brown's 32. So 8 can save the day a little bit. And bringing in Taylor May was a great decision this week. I'm really happy with that. And obviously, I think the Hetherington thing will play itself out a lot better than how it started. But Arrow is probably a potential trade out target this week with the 370K. I could move Arrow straight to Cleary. So now that Cleary's under $1 million, I have just over $1 million with Arrow and the extra remaining salary. I have Maxi King, who I could put in the mids as well. So I'm not strapped for the mid cover, which is good. So I could do that and just do the one trade this week. Is probably a fairly safe bet for someone that's going to score. He's going to score more than Arrow, and only one trade this week will leave me with 25, and I think I've got to start slowing down a tad. Jeremiah, we could look to move him on over the next few weeks, but potentially play him over the next couple of weeks. There they come up against Canberra, so he's up against Hudson Young, which might be a tough one, but he could potentially score some tries as well. Considering I can't believe they play Canberra again, so we beat them pretty comfortably, obviously, a few weeks ago, and come up against him again. So they'll be looking for revenge, obviously. Penasini making a little bit of cash. We'd like for him to come up against a slightly better team, which he does get in the Tigers, thankfully, next week. So hopefully he can get some good points. Another 50 would be ideal, but again, I wouldn't be looking to play him this week. But really happy with all the players. Like Walters the only one not making money. Brown being a gun's fine. So Brody Jones has started his money making, and Hetherington's sitting still. But if he gets anywhere over the 30 mark, he'll start making some cash again. And that's pretty much it. Hey, like that's where we're at. You guys got the Arrow one that I'll probably look to move on, and just be Jeremiah again. That is the only other potential trade out this week. But yeah, let me know how you guys went, what trades you're thinking of making this week, and just an announcement if you're wanting me to have a look at your team, like I did last week with the screenshots of the squads and popping all the notes in there. If you can do that and send it to in the team picks section on the Discord, that would be mad. I really liked that video last week and I got a lot of good feedback on it. So if you can do that, that would be awesome. Please hit like, subscribe if you're new here. I appreciate it and welcome. And we'll catch you in the next couple of videos, guys. Have a great afternoon. See you later.